let's get to some headlines from across the state, and we're going to start with this came down, I believe, literally while we had Shahan Jayaraja on the show on Tuesday. We were that there was a pretty big transfer that came down for SMU. SMU has picked up Isaac Slade Matataya.
Sure.
Matataya. He's transferring from Oregon to SMU now. He was a 4-star prospect. He was the number 2 ranked prospect out of Hawaii in 2017. He led the team in tackles last year. He had 65 tackles in 2019. He played for the reason that if you're like, why is this guy transferring from Oregon to SMU? The answer is probably has something to do with Jim Leavitt. Jim Leavitt is now the defensive coordinator at SMU. He was the defensive coordinator for Slade Matatia in his freshman year in Oregon in 2018.
There might just be this secret hub from Oregon to Texas now, though.
Who knows? May just be a path.
It's like a little tunnel.
But in any case, a pretty big pickup there for SMU as they pick up Isaac Slade Matatia, the linebacker out of Oregon, ranked as one of the very best guys in the transfer portal. Recently, The Athletic put out some story about like the 100 biggest impact transfers, and he's one of them. So big get there
SMU
for
getting
SMU.
another big transfer.
I know, pretty
wild.
amazing. Some sad news here, and that has to do with Ladariel McNeil. Ladariel McNeil, you may remember the name. He was a star at Wilmer Hutchins. I believe, in fact, I know this for a fact because Greg Powers and I were going through old super teams last week, because that's how we party. He was a super team member, I want to say in 2011 or 2012, went to Tennessee and started 41 games for Tennessee. He has died at the age of 27 in a car wreck.
Oh, no.
A terrible news. I believe it's. I say that I want to be very clear about this. That I want to make sure I get this right. I had heard there was a car wreck. I want to make sure of this, but it was some sort of he said he was 27. I guess what they're saying is we're not seeing any details right now. Not that they're particularly important, but Ladariel McNeil, 27 years old, has passed away
To his family.
at the age of 27. Very sad. Like I said, a star out there at Wilmer Hutchins before he moved on to Tennessee. But he has passed away at the age of 27. Ladariel McNeil is dead. Some Texas high school football coaching news in much less important news. But there was a couple of pretty significant moves that came down last week, believe it or not, in July. One of them, probably the biggest one, is that North Forney will have a new coach. Randy Jackson is retiring after 4 seasons at North Forney. He's been a head coach for 21 seasons, gone 170 and 78. He has been at North Forney for 4 seasons. He is retiring, from what we understand. Stepping down, they have promoted assistant head coach Eric Luster to head coach. Eric Luster has been a head coach before. He was head coach at Corpus Christi West Oso in the earlier part of the last decade. North Forney will have a new coach here on July 8th. That's pretty significant. Also, kind of cleaning up some other things. Cedar Park Vista Ridge. We mentioned that Rodney Vincent is leaving Cedar Park Vista Ridge. They have hired they promoted their defensive coordinator Chad Scott to be their new head coach. Elsewhere, as far as external hires are concerned, Red Oak. So you remember, let's go through the process.
Say this is a ladder.
Here we go. All right, let's see if we can do this.
Down the path.
Let's see if we can do this. So Tom Westerberg leaves Barbers Hill. Okay,
So
big
nuts.
big explosion in space.
Yes.
Earth cools. Tom Westerberg
leaves
Barbers Hill to become the new AD at Hayes Consolidated ISD. Okay? He leaves to go there. Barbers Hill goes and hires Carl Absek. Carl Absek, the coach at Cedar Park, of course, guided them to a state championship game. He led them to a title, I believe, back in 2015. He is now moving on to Barbers Hill. Cedar Park goes and hires former Cedar Park assistant Michael Quintero. Michael Quintero was the coach at Red Oak. Red Oak, of course, was a pretty darn good school last year. Michael Quintero was promoted from defensive coordinator to head coach there at Red Oak. He is now leaving Red Oak to go to Cedar Park.
A place he's familiar with.
That leaves Red Oak open, and Red Oak, here's the headline, Red Oak has hired Tony Holmes. Tony Holmes is the DeSoto defensive coordinator, leaving that I-20 corridor, or at least one school in the I-20 corridor to go to Red Oak.
Their OC was hired somewhere else too,
yes,
correct?
DeSoto's had a few different coaching changes.
Claude is pumping them out over there.
Yeah, and so Tony Holmes, the new coach at Red Oak, that's a long way of saying that loop has finally closed. I think we might have missed this. If not, I'll mention it again. But Michael Young has left Lake Dallas to become the AD at Little Elm. Lake Dallas has made a hire. They have promoted their defensive coordinator Jason Young to be their new head coach. So that's cool. They don't have to change placard. Can just say Coach Young. They'll be good. Yeah, go ahead.
Six and say it's to the point of the Step Bomb season that if there are coaching changes, you can almost guarantee it's going to be an internal hire.
I think that's fair, or at least that's the. So
or they're going into a pocket of someone that they've had before.
So here's the thing. Right now at 12:12 p.m.
on the 12th,
on July 12th.
Ooh. It's a numbers
Some
podcast.
numbers are the same. There are 3 open UIL head football coaching jobs. Fort Worth Polytechnic is open.
Oh, the Parrots.
Santa Rosa is open. The Warriors. And Evadale is open.
Parrots.
No, Polytechnic's the Parrots. You got it. I was saying, saying that Santa Rosa
no, it's
is
literally
Poly
want a cracker.
Yes. I've never thought about that.
You ever put that together?
No, Santa Rosa.
I'm back.
Santa Rosa is open, and Evadale are open. Those are the 3 open jobs.
And Poly will be an internal hire. Was put in the comments
there
too.
We go. So there you go. We will see how those shake out. But I think finally silly season is starting to close. We had one more kind of big rush this week, and there's that. Okay. I want to point you to 3 things that we've got on the web. Okay. On the internets. You log on to your browser. You pop in the free hours from AOL, and you go to TexasFootball.com.
Make sure the dial-up tone's going.
Matt Stepp is starting his regional outlooks, where he's going region by region and giving his picks for the teams to watch and things he's excited about. I believe he's even picking all the playoff teams. They may be different than what's in this magazine because
stuff has changed.
Not even just stuff has changed, but we also have different opinions. Like, this is the opinion of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Matt Stepp is entitled to his own opinion. He's a valuable member of the team that we take his thing into account, but it may be different. And so you can check out his predictions. I believe he got the first one. I think 6A Division 1 Region 1 is up right now. If I remember correctly, let's make sure. Yeah, 6A Division 1 Region 1. Or 6A, there's no Division 1. I'm sorry. 6A Region 1 Outlook is up. Predictions for every district, et cetera, et cetera. There's that. Also, Shahan J. Rogers got a piece up on TexasFootball.com about the top 25 biggest impact transfers in college football for Texas in 2021.
He just dropped that in the comments, too, so if you want the link directly to that, it's in there.
Yes, and so you can see who's going to be the biggest impact according to our college football insider, Shahan J. Rogers, on TexasFootball.com. And finally, I want to direct you to somewhere not on TexasFootball.com.
Because it's right here.
Oh, no.
Right?
I was going to do one more thing. There's one more link, and then we'll get to that.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. I was excited.
Not on TexasFootball.com. But our friends, I don't know if they call us friends. I think that they're our friends. They may not think we're their friends. At Good Bull Hunting. Good Bull Hunting is a Texas A&M blog, I believe in the SB Nation blogosphere. And they cover Texas A&M. Good dudes over there. I like them. They may not like me. That's fine. One of their guys, I believe Robert Behrens wrote this.
Okay.
He's a psychopath.
Yes.
My kind of psychopath.
People.
He went through and he ranked the uniforms for all 41 4-year Texas college football programs. Okay? From 41 to 1, he ranked all of them. It is exceptional. You should go read it. I agree with most of it, not all of it,
Okay.
most of it. It is, and so if you've ever wanted to see what he thinks of Texas A&M's Kingsville's uniform versus, say, Texas Tech's uniforms, you can see on Good Bull Hunting.
Amazing.
It's an excellent piece, worth your time, and will certainly get people arguing, which I love.